Yeah, here's a little song for you. No.
Hey y'all, I hope you are doing so well. I know it has been a really long time since I've done a sit down video. I think it's been about 4 or 5 months since I actually sat down and filmed a video that wasn't a vlog. I've just been in a very uninspired and doubtful place with my content. Like, I have so many amazing ideas, but every time I try to execute it or film a video, I hate it. But at the same time, every time I open my analytics, I have more subscribers and I have more views, and it's like, okay girl, if you want to keep these subscribers, if you want your subscribers to keep growing, you have to actually put out new content. And if I want to actually have a career on YouTube, I actually have to create content. And so this is my second time filming this video, but I do have a little bit of liquid courage with me. I also did a little dance session earlier to just kind of get the jitters out and keep my nerves down. See your face, I hear my favorite song. She's listening to me, man, at home. But enough about that. In today's video, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, my name is Darianne, but my friends call me D. And on this channel, I just kind of like to talk about things that I think are worth a conversation. And I also dabble in vlogs. So if you have not seen my Arizona vlog yet, I would strongly recommend it. Also, one more thing. I'm also going to try to work on talking slowly and articulating, because something that everyone tells me in all my videos is that I talk way too fast. So I'm going to work on that as well in today's video. But enough with the intro. In today's video, I want to get into saying no. I want to get into setting boundaries and putting ourselves first. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start by talking about my experience with the word no and with setting boundaries. Okay, so as a little girl or growing up, I've always been a very soft-spoken person, believe it or not. Like in class, if the teacher chose me to read, everybody's gonna be like, what the hell is she saying? Like, what the hell is she saying? At the drive-through, like, I have to say my order like 3 or 4 times, because like, what the hell is this girl saying? Or like, basically, I've always been a very soft-spoken person. But my mom always tried to notice that about me, and she always tried to instill in me a sense of speak up for yourself. Like, speak up, okay? Like, if I go to the nail salon with her and I don't like my nails, I would tell her, and I'd tell the nail tech. She'd be like, do you like what she did to your nails? I'd be like, no. Then say something. You need to go over there and tell her that you don't like it. You're paying good money to get your nails done. Tell her that you don't like your nails. And so she always tried to instill in me a sense of stand up for yourself. Say no if you don't like whatever it is that you're receiving. And so at the end of high school and throughout college, it just always resonated with me, the things that she would tell me. And I would always hear her in my mind. Like, whenever there was a situation that I was uncomfortable with and I wasn't speaking up, I would hear her in my head saying, you're not gonna say anything? You're not gonna say no? Like, you're gonna take that? And so I think I've gotten a lot better, especially now. I've gotten a lot better with saying no. Like, if I'm at a restaurant and my order comes and it's cold, the food is cold and nasty, I can confidently say that I would send the order back. If I go to the hair salon and the lady did my hair and I don't like it, it's not what I asked for, I'm going to speak up and say something. However, I am relatively good at saying no and setting boundaries in every aspect of my life, except for my personal one, except when it comes to the people that I care about. When I care about somebody, when I actually genuinely care about their well-being, I'm willing to drop whatever it is that I'm doing to help you take care of whatever your problem is, and which is a good thing, I think. Well, I thought, for the most part, I think it's a great thing, except that I started to realize that a lot of people started to take advantage of me. So they realize that I am not the kind of person to ask you for money back that I let you borrow. Because in my mind, when you're ready to pay me back, when you have the money to pay me back, you'll pay me back. I'm not the kind of, like, if you need a ride, I'm not the kind of person to not give you a ride when I have the means to give you a ride. You know what I mean? And again, people started to realize that about me, that I'm not the type of that I'm a decent human being, basically. And what I had to start realizing is that people are extremely opportunistic. And although my intentions are good, their intentions aren't always as good. And one thing, and something that I found myself doing a lot, is basing other people's intentions and actions based on my own. In my mind, just because I have good intentions and I know that if I don't need the money, I'm not going to ask you to let me borrow money. That if I don't need a ride, like if my car is sitting in my driveway with a full tank of gas, I'm not going to ask you for a ride because I don't need it. So my naive ass used to think that because my intentions were good, that everyone else's intentions were good. I also think that another thing that like I had to relearn, or unlearn rather, is that just because I'm saying no to somebody doesn't make me a bad person, doesn't make me a bad friend. And let me give you guys an example. So I am the therapist friend in most of my friend groups. What that means is that basically everyone loves to come to me with their issues, their problems, and they just like to come vent to me and talk to me about whatever it is that's going on in their life, whatever negative thing that's going on in their life. I think it's because I'm a good listener, and I like to think that I give pretty sound advice. And so again, a lot of people come to me with their issues, and I listen and I give them advice, and you know, that's just my personas in my friend groups. And so let's say I'm having a really shitty day, like I'm having a really shitty day. Work was annoying, my manager was being annoying, I'm fighting with my mom, me and my man are not in a good place right now, there's a light in my car that just turned on, and it looks like it's gonna be expensive. Everything that could be going wrong in my day is going wrong, and I'm just in a really negative headspace. And let's say that day, at the end of that day, again, I'm feeling really shitty, a friend needs to vent to me. Now the old Darian, the OD, would have been like, of course you can vent to me, and add whatever it is that they were feeling on top of the things that I was feeling. And mind you, I'm an empath, and basically if somebody that I care about is going through something, I feel that thing. So let's say a friend of mine is venting to me about, or crying to me about her and her mom having a really huge fight, or whatever the case may be. That's gonna stick with me for a few hours, if not the whole day, because I'm gonna be like, damn, like I wonder what I could do to help, or like, damn, like why would her mom do that to her, damn, like I hope she's okay, like I gotta check on her. Like that's gonna stick with me for the rest of the day. And so what I had to learn is that I have to protect my own mental health and my own peace. And so the old Darian would have answered the call, let her or him vent to me, and add whatever they were feeling, add whatever emotions, negative emotions they were having on top of my shitty day. But the Darian now would text and be like, hey, listen sis, I hope you're okay, but I'm really not in the right headspace to have a conversation with you right now. I really hope you're okay, but I will call you tomorrow. And again, before I would think that made me a terrible person, but it doesn't. And another thing I had to learn is I had to learn the hard way, is that just because you're willing to do something for someone else does not mean that they're also willing to do the same thing for you if the roles were reversed. I cannot tell you how many times I have helped people out. I have gone out of my way to be of service to somebody, and when it came down to it and I needed help for something much smaller, I wasn't given the same courtesy. Like, let me give you guys an example, a real life example. So a few years ago, I had my first car or whatever. It was a 2001 Ford Taurus. Her name was Nala. She was a sandy color. I loved that car, but after a few years she started to give me some trouble. Like the brakes were a little faulty, the engine light was on like all the time. It was just starting to give me some trouble. And one day I was driving somewhere, I actually don't remember where I was driving to, and it broke down. So I was stuck on the right shoulder of the road, and I was stranded basically. And I called a few people who I knew in my heart would be like, in my mind would be like, okay, yeah, of course, I got you, where you at? To my surprise, that's not what happened. That wasn't the case at all. To my surprise, the few people that I called first who I thought would have been there for me were not there for me. And the person who did come get me, shout out to you sis, you know who you are. The person who did come get me isn't someone at the time that I would have expected to come to my rescue so quick. She had no questions asked. She was like, where you at sis, I got you. And I think that it's important, but I don't want this to get misconstrued. I am not saying that I do things for people so that I can get something in return. However, I do think a friendship is a friendship should be reciprocal. Like, if we're friends, sis, I should be able to rely on you to have my back when it comes down to it. If we're friends, I should be able to know that, okay, if I need something, she's got me, because I know that if you need something, I got you. And so again, I had to learn that the hard way several times, and I feel like what kept happening, even though I noticed the pattern of being taken advantage of and of people not reciprocating the same energy that I was giving out, I always chalked it up to giving people the benefit of the doubt. And that's something that I had to unlearn, that I'm still unlearning. But I have to remember, and we have to remember, that it's okay to say no. It's okay to put ourselves first. It's okay to have people, to only have people in our lives who want the best for us, who are rooting for us, and who are matching our energy. Let me take a sip. I feel like I was not talking slow at all. So one thing I do want to mention though is, although I've made a whole lot of progress as far as standing my ground, saying no, setting boundaries, especially when it comes to romantic relationships and guys. I've definitely had a history of allowing men to do things allowing men to do things to me and with me that I was much better than, allowing and accepting things from men that I deserve much more than. But all that being said, one thing that I can't seem to get is saying no to my mother. I don't know what it is about Caribbean parents. I'm Haitian, by the way, if you didn't know, but they have a way of guilt tripping you. Like, saying no is not an option. I'll keep you guys posted on how I'm doing on that front, but I can't say no to my mother. I can't say no to that woman. But everything else I'm doing pretty well in. In every other area I'm doing pretty well in. So if you related to any part of this video, I want to make it a point all 2021 and moving forward to say no more. To think before we jump in and say yes. Make sure we're okay with ourselves and we're good before we can help other people. I knew this it. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's really good. Ooh, it is too early for me to be getting a little drunk, but it's so good. I love drinking. I love drinks that taste like juice. That way the drunkenness just kind of sneaks up on you. So when that guy you've been talking to wants to Netflix and chill all night, what are we gonna say? No, I don't want to lay up on your flat ass Walmart pillows. I want to go out. I want to go on dates. I want you to wine and dine me. And when that girl who has been treating you like shit wants you to give her a ride when you got a final to study for, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say no. So let's go ahead and practice. We're gonna practice out loud. You ready? No. No, thank you. There is no possibility. None. I don't think so. I'm gonna pass. I wish I could, but I can't. I think not. I shall not. I shan't. So a few takeaways I really want you guys to get from this video are: one, you can't help other people if you're not good within yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're neglecting your wants, your needs, and your mental health. Take care of yourself before going out and helping other people. Make sure you're okay before adding other people's issues and problems and needs on top of your own. Number two, just because you're saying no to somebody, that does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a bad friend. It just means that you're prioritizing yourself and your mental health. And again, like I said, it's okay to give and give wholeheartedly. Just make sure you're not being taken advantage of in the process. And lastly, it's okay to set boundaries in friendships and relationships. It's okay for you to make sure that people know, like, yes, we're friends, we're close, we're best friends, you're my man, or whatever the case may be. However, this is where I draw the line in this. Or if I'm busy, or if this is important to me, or whatever the case may be, I need you to be okay with not having access to me in this moment. So that's all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got a little something out of it. Leave me a comment down below. I want to have a conversation about this topic. topic. Let me know your experience with the word no. Also, make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my content. Again, make sure you check out my Arizona vlog. That was the last video that I posted. Make sure you go check it out and let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.